Hi everyone and welcome to Turbocharged, the last seasonal championship for summer Series 4 Forza Horizon 5. And this time we still gonna stick to JDM choice, which means we are bringing this Honda Civic to cross country. Now I downloaded the tune by Cineapp again and I hope it works. I have no idea what I'm doing in this little hatchback over in cross country, but so far so good, you know. Off the start on this circuit we are doing oh wow, that was quite spectacular and totally unexpected. I guess little Civic is a bit better when you have jumps like that. The big SUV just flips over. Okay. And also, okay, so we are overtaking another Civic and the Bronco for the first place. Okay, a little bit of a fighting with AI controlled Civic, and it seems to be a good choice of a car. Similar to how Pulsar performed in dirt racing, the AIs in Pulsars were also by far the first out of the AIs. Here as well, that smart AI that chose the same car as we did seems to be doing better than others, but that's not good enough to compete with a human. Right, so we managed to pass everyone before the end of the first lap, so I guess choosing Civic for cross country is not such a bad idea, and the team JDM will continue to score points in the World Cup. For those who managed to miss the whole story and may be confused by the difficulty of car choice for this champ and lack of cars, we are in the Series 4 with Global World Cup event, where you do events in the cars of the country you like, for whatever reason. Yeah, you don't need to like the country itself, you just need to like their cars or choose their cars, and all of the activity by every player in that car counts towards the World Cup, gives points to the country. The developer team will be notifying us about the current standings and progress from time to time. They didn't specify at which intervals, but I expect at the end of each season they'll be posting in some form which country is winning, which country is losing. So for each event type, like cross country here, for each country only one car is available. So if you are supporting JDM, Civic is your only choice. If you happen to support Italy, then your choice is Lambo truck, and so on and so forth. I will post the whole list of eligible cars for this event in the description of the video, as I did with the trial and other championships. So even if you choose something else, you don't have to support the same kind of cars as I do. You can always find a suitable car. And I didn't decide yet what I'm gonna do next week, so this week is definitely JDM, but maybe I'll stick with Japan for the rest of the series, just because, you know, those are the cars I really like. But also I could choose Germany, for example, for the next series and drive BMWs and Audi and stuff like that. We'll see. That is the end of the race 1, and the Civic worked perfectly fine. We didn't leave AIs any chances. So let's see if we can continue that in the next race. And next up is Tropical Cross Country. And if I remember correctly, this is a pretty tricky track. Tricky track, almost like a kid's song. It's not very difficult per se, however, it has a lot of fast and really wide corners which beg you to power slide through them. And the trick is to not do this, because that way you're gonna lose a ton of time. So even now what I did is way too much drift. So if you want to show a really good time on this track, actually, so do it a little bit more like this. Clip the checkpoints, stick to the inside, and avoid drifting wide, because that will cost you a lot of seconds. And yeah, obviously avoid crashing into the walls, and otherwise you should be alright. Though you're never too sure with this, you know. Dirt racing and road racing is far more predictable, but cross country, for whatever reason, in Forza, same as Forza Horizon 4, can bring a surprise or two when suddenly drive avatars of various difficulties, including pretty low ones, become super fast for no apparent reason. And yeah, we'll see. That probably won't be the case now. However, I'm actually halfway through the race. I did lose a lot of time in a couple of corners, and continuing to lose it in this corner again, going way too wide. So at 60% of the race, I'm still third. This is not ideal, but you can see here on the straight that I have way more speed than they are. So all the time I lost is actually completely my own doing, and those are both Civics exactly same as mine. Okay, I need to slow down here, use my brakes, get on the inside of the corner, and without drifting just carry on being first. So you see, I'm learning as well as I'm driving here, and that is the end of race 2 really quickly. It's actually faster than I expected. With C-Class you kinda think there'll be a ton of time, but no, this one ended really quickly and was good fun actually. Driving those Civics in cross country is not something you do every day. It's not the obvious choice. So let's see the next one. And the final race of this champ is Las Runners cross country, and it's raining again. So that makes it 9 out of 9. Every single race in seasonal championships this week has been in the rain. All the road ones, all the dirt ones, and all 3 cross country ones. So they really are taking these wet season thingy quite seriously. So on this run downhill at the start, you want to, if you are on manual, you want to shift up as fast as you can really, because otherwise you'll be hitting rev limiter and will be limiting yourself in terms of the speed you can gain. And as you can see, it's quite a lot in the beginning and quite important. So as opposed to the previous race where I was bottling at corner after corner, here we can actually take the first place at the very start, just due to the huge speed and acceleration advantage at the very beginning. They're not too far behind though, so yeah, and there's a lot of space on this track. There's these corners here. Oh wow, hello. Okay, I've just been passed by another Civic, but no, we can't let that happen, right? So we're gonna retake it. Okay, a little bit too much, a little bit overcorrected right away, but yeah, still no. Oh, there he is. So a mistake while overtaking immediately costed me the position again. So that's actually quite fun. 2 Civics fighting for the position. Oh yeah, oh, this bridge, I remember it. So you want to keep left here, you know, as much left as you can. Instead of going on the inside, stick to the, he flipped. Stick to the outside of that corner, because on the inside that puddle becomes really deep, and our Civic is not particularly fit for running through deep water. If you choose the car from US, for example, which is Bronco, you'll have no problem running on the inside of that corner, but even still the deep water slows you down a lot. But in this Civic you're just gonna drown. It's gonna go up to the top, and yeah, you probably won't reset the position, but you're definitely gonna come to a halt. And the AIs here are way too close to afford that. So yeah, that's probably the hardest part of that track, that puddle under the bridge. Anyways, that's the end of this race, which means it's the end of the championship. And that makes it 3 championships all complete, and weekly Forzathon challenge is also complete now, all with Team JDM. I'm curious what the score is going to be in the World Cup in the end of the week. But with that, thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.